everybody, welcome back to Studio 106. Joining me today is Captain Blaine Horton of the Lake City Fire Department, the newly appointed captain. I should say, Blaine, welcome back to Studio 106.
It's good to be here.
So tell us all about the good news we just found out the other day.
Well, I've been a captain with Lake City Fire Department for about 2 years now, and I'm just now stepping into the training officer side of it, which is still a captain, but now I'll be Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and over the training aspect of Lake City Fire Department.
So how long have you been a firefighter?
All in all, about 12 years.
12 years. How long have you been with Lake City?
Lake City, I've been here, I think around 6 or 7 years.
6 or 7 years. So what are some of your favorite parts about your job?
My favorite part about my job is you never know what the day might hold. Mm-hmm. It's never set in stone. You can always have something planned, but it may get changed real quick.
It's like that with any particular job you do here in the city. You being in the fire department, me being a public information officer, you're always on your toes.
That's right.
And that's what gets us through today.
That's right.
So what do you love about Lake City and serving our community?
Well, Lake City's always been like a hometown to me. I was born and raised in Calvert. So Lake City's, of course, the biggest city closest, mm-hmm. and kind of in the middle between here and Florence. But I went to school in Pamplico. Lake City was, my cut through. I grew up here. I got started in the fire service here with South Lynch's, and then I moved over to Lake City full time. And I love the community aspect of it. My wife's grandfather was a city attorney for many years, so just got a lot of family ties and a lot of hometown feel.
And because it's essentially a hometown for you, does it help knowing a lot of people on a first name basis, like you would in another small town compared to a bigger city like Florence or Charleston?
I would say so. My wife actually picked on me the other day when we went to the food truck rodeo. She said, "I can't take you anywhere because it's like you're a celebrity. Everybody wants to talk to you." But I feel that it helps to know people in your community.
And I've been here working with the city of Lake City for about 2.5 years now, and the people I've met over time, I'm getting to know them as well. And of course, me being from a small town in Hemingway, everybody knows me as well, so you can bring that small town relation in here. We're a growing city, but at the basis, we're still a small town. And that makes a big difference, especially if you want to get things done in the city.
That's right. I agree fully.
So what would you like the community to know about you in this role you're having? If they have any questions or anything, what can you tell them?
If they have any questions, they can feel free to call me at the fire department, 843-374-2470. I'll be extension 601. I'll be happy to help you, or happy to answer any kind of question you may have. And if I don't have the right answer right off, I'll get it to you and get back with you.
The one thing I've noticed too over the past couple of years I've been here is you and the other firefighters love going to the schools and teaching the kids about fire safety. Tell us about that a little bit.
It's one of our favorite times. We all grew up with the older guys coming out and showing us around the trucks and teaching us about fire safety. So that's us giving back and trying to give that little bit of information that could possibly save one of their lives if they were to have a fire or anything of that nature. But that's really about as much fun for us as it is them.
And I know I get to go with y'all to several of these schools and just seeing the looks in the kids' eyes, actually getting up to see the fire trucks in person, just a wonderful sight to behold.
It is.
And for a lot of them, this is a great exposure to them, and one day they may become a firefighter.
That's right. We currently host the Capt program through Lake City High School, where they can start getting their fire classes in high school, and when they get out of high school, they'll be fully certified.
For anybody who's out there who may be a teenager or maybe a young kid watching this with their parents, what advice would you give to them if they want to become a firefighter?
If they wanted to become a firefighter, I would, advise them to study hard, get a good work ethic, and just try and learn as much as they can, and when they're ready to start volunteering, come on.
Very good. And so you'll be seeing a lot more of Captain Horton and the rest of the fire department crew around town this fall for Fire Prevention Week in the schools as well. So stay tuned, because we have a lot more exciting content coming with them. Before we go, let me ask you this. We got 2 big holidays coming up. We have Mother's Day coming up, and we have Memorial Day. Are there any good fire safety tips you can give to those, especially for those who may be having a cookout or something like that?
If you're having a cookout, make sure you have, your fire extinguishers handy, your workstations, whether it be an oven or a grill, make sure they're clean, ready to go. Try and keep young children out of the kitchen. I know they like to help, but you don't want them grabbing a hot pot and turning it over on them or anything like that. And when you're there cooking, make sure that is your attention and you're not setting something on the stove and walking away from it and leaving it unattended.
Very good. Captain Horton, thank you so much for joining us. Can't wait to have you back in the seat later this year. Absolutely. And thank you so much for joining us for Studio 106. There is no episode next week because we are closed for State Memorial Day. So next Friday there is no episode, but we'll be back on May 17th with a brand new episode of Studio 106.